Retro Unboxing.
Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. If you saw part 1, you'll know that I recently bought this 1541 Mark II disk drive and decided that it was a bit yellow and that I wanted to send it off to get refurbed. It's meant I've had to break the seal because what I'm going to do is send this off to be retrobrited. I've never retrobrited anything. I've never sent anything off to be retrobrited, but there's a guy online. So I popped it in the post a couple of weeks ago, and a lovely chap called Luke has now sent it back to me, and this is the final result. I have to say, I'm absolutely ecstatic with it. He's done a fantastic job. He'd spent a good week of putting this into his concoction of chemicals and leaving it out in the sun. We had some nice sun here in the UK last week, so he spent a lot of time with it under the UV lamps, and I can honestly say he's done such a fantastic job. I'm really pleased with it. So in this video, basically I'm putting the thing back together. So before I sent it off to be retrobrited, obviously it doesn't need all of the internals, so I thought, well, it makes sense if I dismantle it. Obviously it makes it a little bit lighter for the parcel to be sent off, and secondly, obviously it's potentially kind of quite sensitive equipment, so it means that all the internal equipment doesn't get battered around in the post, and also it just meant that I could give it a bit of a clean up, and when I put it back together hopefully it'll be as close to new as possible. So that's what I'm doing here. Basically just putting the thing back together, just give it one last quick blast with the canned air and then putting it back together. I enjoyed the process. To be honest, it's not something that I normally do, but it was just because the disk drive was in such great condition, other than being really yellow, it was just something I felt that I had to get done, and again I'm very pleased that I did. So pretty boring video, to be honest, but I wanted to just do a follow-up to the previous one, and then there will be a part 3, and I'll unbox it. So this video is a bit of a strange one in that it's a bit of a reboxing video, really. So I'm putting everything back together and then putting everything back in the box. So yeah, bit of a strange one, but there we go. I've enjoyed doing it, and I hope this is a bit of a kind of tale for anybody that's got an old yellowed machine, Commodore 64, Amiga, whatever. If you feel it's worth saving and it's in pretty good condition and whatever, I think I paid £22 to have this retrobrited, and that included postage and packaging and all the rest of it. And as I say, I'm really pleased with the result. Okay, so enjoy the video, and I'll just rejoin you again at the end. See you shortly. Okay, so I've finished putting the disk drive back together. That I'm now going to put to one side, and I'm just going to start on cleaning up all of the cables and the power brick, etc. So when I first got this, you might remember there was a lot of crap on the cables, and it's where the cables have been in the polystyrene, and something's reacted with something or another, and basically all this polystyrene has come off onto the cable, and it's stuck on like glue. It's pretty strange. It's gone quite solid and hard, like super glue. It's not pleasant, but I've managed to get most of it off, so I'm quite pleased about that. And now the cables will look pretty good, and the final result is that when you what you'll see in the unboxing video in part 3, when it comes to it, the whole thing is really it's really a nice thing to have now. Whereas obviously before it was yellow and disgusting and all these cables were covered in crap. So just a bit of elbow grease, a bit of time, a bit of effort, and what I'm doing here is just basically reboxing everything, just putting things back to how they should be. And as I said in the original video in part 1, I was just really pleased that everything was there, all the discs, the manuals, the cables, etc, etc. So I'm just being careful here too. The cables seem to have some muscle memory. I'm just wrapping all that back up as it should have been. I'm a little bit fussy like that, but there we go. So enjoy the rest of the video. That's it from me for now, and I'll catch you in part 3, where I unbox it and get it all connected up to a Commodore 64 and see if it works. Because daft as this sounds, I'm 2 videos in. I'm 22 quid down in terms of sending it off to be retrobrited. I haven't even plugged it in to see if it works. So we'll find that out very shortly. Alright, thanks for watching and see you soon.
Retro Unboxing.